Everyone told us that we shouldn't be
musical artists because
everyone wants to be a rapper, and
it's a difficult industry to get into. But we pursue it anyway.
because it's our passion.
You're the best.
Hey everyone, it's Neffy Anderson and welcome to a brand new episode of The Path Less Traveled. Now today I'm in Bayshore, New York at the home studio of the 25-year-old and 21-year-old international rap duo, ONE4FIVE.
Yeah.
Welcome guys.
What's going on?
So if you don't already know, this is Mr. Melee, and this is Jules. Now, I don't know Mr. Melee is Mr. Melee. I know Miss Jamel. We went to high school together. But you guys maybe know these two from, let's see, season 2 of X Factor. Or perhaps you've seen them acting in their Truth Urban Theater group. Or are you in China? Maybe you've seen them in their latest tour. They were in China for a couple of months, laid it down for the people.
Ni hao.
Ni hao, yes! All right, well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. So first of all, can you talk about what opportunities you created for yourself that led to your big break?
Well, definitely the auditioning for the X Factor. That was, I think that was probably one of our, biggest achievements, and that kind of had a tumbling effect for a lot of other stuff. Of course, we've been doing a lot of things before that, and we've, done stuff for commercials on TV and a lot of things before that, but...
Come on, what commercial? You gotta... Come on now.
Embarrassing commercials.
It was
not embarrassing.
Not embarrassing, but yeah, it was some cool stuff. We did a
Kmart.
Kmart commercial. We did I don't know,
NBC.
New York had this for
NBC.
New York thing. We did a commercial for that, and before then we used to do like parties, like bar mitzvahs and sweet 16s, and little gigs here and there, and then we had that experience, and then I kind of.
What made you audition for X Factor? Did somebody tell you to do it, or did you say this is something we want to do?
Yeah, at first we didn't even want to audition for X Factor. We never watched the show or anything like that. But our cousin, he was familiar to the show,
right.
And our cousin is actually the one who started the group. He was rapping, and then we picked it up from him. He's our older cousin,
okay.
And he was like, you know what, you should try the show. I'm like, I don't know about being on TV and rapping for Simon Cowell.
Right. Because I'm like, isn't TV the goal? Isn't that the goal?
Yeah, but Astro was on there, and he was the only rapper on the first season.
Right.
And I checked his stuff out, and he was like, you know what, we're gonna do it. What's the worst that can happen?
Right. And then how far did you guys make it? I feel you made it pretty far. I saw you on the house. Once you make it to the house, it's like, Mama, go, Grandma.
Definitely, there was a lot of calls being made. We made it to top 12.
Right.
So top 12 out of thousands upon thousands upon thousands.
That's awesome. So what did you guys do to deliberately brand yourself?
Deliberately, I guess we put a few things that stand out.
Right.
And our performance was always like standing out from everyone on its own. Just how we normally perform, but we did a few other things, like I wore contacts in our first audition. He had like this monkey arm thing, so we did a few things purposely to make people ask questions like, what is that, why do you do this? So
right.
Those are our little key things that we did to stand out, but our talent, our performance, and our music was our main thing. We were just like,
right.
We stand out anyway, so we're just gonna come at them with this.
So, with that being said, I can't do this interview. You got on these sunglasses, sir. Tell me, is this you branding yourself? Talk to me about this.
It's part of my image, part of my brand. I've always kind of wore like sunglasses, just like like working and stuff. But it's kind of something that I've just been doing, and people have taken notice to it, and kind of just been like labeled as my thing, so
Right.
I just continue to do it. It makes me more comfortable too, like with the lights.
Because you can see me, but I can't see you.
It makes me comfortable, especially when like we did for a first time when we were on the show, we did a red carpet. What was that? Like a plum carpet, and this is crazy to me, like the flashing lights. So I was like, thank God, I'm gonna keep my glasses on.
Right. What would you guys say is one thing that most people don't know about your journey to where you are now?
A lot of people don't know
something that we won't find on Google. Come on, dig deep, dig deep.
A lot of people don't know we do everything on our own. We produce our music. We create our own clothing line. And, we created our own clothing line. We do everything on our own. We shoot videos. What else do we do?
We engineer everything that you hear. Basically, we've done. Like we've engineered, produced, wrote everything. Like everything we do on our own. We even do like some photos that you see, like some of the photos for our album covers and stuff. We do like everything.
What would you say is one thing that you know now that you wish you knew when you guys first started?
I would say just stick with your own gut feeling. You know, when you're around a lot of people who are successful and they say something, you want to take that in consideration and believe them automatically because they're there at that point. But at the end of the day, it's really you. It's what you're feeling, and you have to go with your gut situation. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and like to add on to that, they do make mistakes. So
yeah,
like you can't, like we were kind of in a situation where we thought like, okay, they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing, but from our experience and what we've been through, you know, we've been doing this for 14 plus years, so you know, we have our own knowledge and experience of certain things that they didn't, and you know, we just felt like, all right, we'll listen to them because they're on a higher pedestal, but you know, they do make mistakes too, so don't just believe someone because
and that's in general for anything. Just go with what you feel.
So give me an example. What is one piece of advice that someone that was like a celebrity or maybe on the show they gave
Simon Cowell. But yeah, that was an example. Simon Cowell, he really before we even started like doing music together, he told us, he's like, you know, I want to learn from you guys because I don't know anything about hip hop. He's used to doing groups like One Direction.
Right.
And for our last song, the last song that we performed, we weren't feeling it at all, and he was just like, you know what, just feel me on this one. I have experience with this, and and we went with what he was saying, and
that got you.
Yeah,
got you gone.
It was our last time.
The boots, but it was a lesson to be learned.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. So
Simon Cowell, he was like the best mentor that we had, and we learned a lot.
What was the last low point of your career, and how did you guys recover from it?
Last low point.
Yeah, take a moment.
Yeah, that's gonna need a moment. I guess right after you get off the show, you get a whole bunch of. We got off the show, we had a whole bunch of thoughts in our mind. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody kind of went through it. Like, you think you're not good enough and this and that, but that kind of dissipated really quickly. I think it was like maybe a few days. We were like,
days?
Yeah, literally, like we were just like, dang, all right, we're off. So what are we gonna do now? And it's just like right back into it. We snapped back into it and it was like, all right, let's get in the studio. So we got in the studio, start recording, start working, start traveling, start doing things, and it kind of just kept going up from there.
So what is the career moment that you're still waiting for?
Grammys,
and being more on an international level. We went to China, so that's like a real big deal. But we would love to go to Brazil and all over Japan,
UK.
Yeah.
So like, I guess definitely more traveling overseas. Like, just be able to say that, you know, have your passport completely stamped and doing what you love. You know, at the same time, not just vacationing.
Right.
Being there and being, you know, paid to be there and doing what you love.
And inspiring people all over the world and having that impact all over the world, not just U.S.
Right. Well, the lovely thing about music and the internet is that you can hear it wherever, but I'm definitely sure that your fans would appreciate seeing you up close and personal at a concert. So, you know how I do, I'm a person of the people, and we posted some questions to social media to see what your fans wanted to know about you. Let's pick the best of the best.
Better see it.
And see. Okay, well, first, before we get into the fan questions, I have my own fan questions. Here we go. So, I haven't seen you guys in a while, like in person, see you on TV. Talk to me about the hair thing. I watch America's Next Top Model. I know you guys probably don't. But there's a girl on there, and she has, like, you know, part of her entire makeover, half of her hair is like white blonde, and the other half is black. And even her eyebrows is like white blonde. So tell me about how you came up with this look for the hair, and how do you maintain it? Because, you know, once those roots start growing.
He actually came up with the idea.
Wow. I'm trying to remember it, like how did it pop into my head.
Oh, you know what it was? We're kind of trying to do like this image thing, like yin yang.
Yeah.
So like if you, I mean, I don't have it styled right, but if you kind of look at it, it's like half and half. And so like, and you know, the yin yang is like, so that was kind of like the idea behind it.
Yeah,
right.
The idea that we're really just, we're one.
Right.
We're one.
So another thing, I love fashion, and you guys are on point. Now, when you were in high school, you did not dress like this.
No, I did not.
You didn't dress bad, but I mean,
he dressed bad.
You
I
can say it.
I was younger, and I was looking at him like,
what the hell?
Yeah, I was in middle school.
So where did all of this come from? Like, tell me about how you develop your style. Where did it come from?
I think it's just really traveling. Like once we started traveling, we start seeing things that we like, and then it's just like, oh, that's cool. Like,
and you know who had a big impact on our style too? I would have to say Britton. Shout out to Britton. He was our stylist for the X Factor, and he showed us a lot of things. And then after that, we just started traveling, like he said, and then we started learning a lot of things.
Right.
And trying to stand out and be different.
Right. So how would you, if you could put that into like one word, what would you describe it as?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. One word. I'll take it. And so you mentioned before that you guys are working on a clothing line. I'm just blown away by all the things that you guys do by yourself. So you have the clothing line, you do the producing and the engineering. Talk to us about this clothing line. Does that have a name? When can we get it? Is it for males, females? Spill the tea.
It's crazy. It's really fresh. I mean, we start to wear. We're wearing it, I guess, and we have, I guess, a few other people that are wearing it. That's a part of the clique.
Yeah.
But it's really fresh, and we're trying to get a patent for it. We're creating patterns for the jeans. Haven't figured out a name.
Right.
So, it's still really fresh, and we've kind of been promoting it a little bit, like coming soon.
Right.
But we're just trying to create stuff that we want to wear that's not out there.
Right.
So this is kind of one idea, the drop crotch denim jeans. We've been looking for them and couldn't find it, so it was like, let's make this creative.
Wow. So you guys sew and everything?
Yeah. We're behind the sewing machines making prototypes.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's very refreshing to hear. Number one, that you know how to sew.
Yeah.
I had to take a YouTube class.
Yeah.
I didn't know a few months ago. I just had to take a little class.
Right. But if you really want to do it, you figure out how to find a way. You guys did. That's amazing. All right, so let's see what else people want to know. Let's see. Ooh, okay. We got one girl. She got about 10 questions. All right, so are you guys in a relationship, and what type of women are you into?
No, I am not in a relationship, and I don't plan on being in any relationship yet. No time soon. Because I'm more focused on my music and my career right now. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just really focused on my music, and because we're traveling and doing a lot of stuff, not a lot of people can like accept that you're on busy, that you're really busy, and
right.
People really don't understand. So there's no point in me being in a relationship at this time.
It takes a lot of discipline, man. It definitely does.
I cannot say the same. No, yeah, I'm currently in a relationship, and I'm starting. This is kind of the first time like I've been at this point in my life and being in a relationship, so I'm learning a lot of things and making a lot of mistakes, and it's hard juggling both. So like it's a rocky points and such, but it's cool. It's cool,
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool for the moment.
It's cool for the moment. I've never. All I know is that like in high school, like besides from you being you, but when I think about you, I always thought about like you always had the flyest girlfriend.
Really?
I'm not even gonna. I don't know where y'all stand right now, so I'm gonna shout her out. But I was just like, man, he going out with the prettiest girl at school. Swaggy, so.
I'm trying.
Him, this guy?
Yes. I guess you didn't think much of the girlfriend. You don't know who she is. Like who is she talking about? Yeah. We'll talk about that. All right, so let's see. So a lot of people saw that you guys connected with Lyric on X Factor. So everyone wants to know like what's going on. Are you guys still in contact? Why aren't you guys together as a group still? All that stuff.
Well, initially, we were once we got off the show, we came together. We were working together for I want to say a year, maybe a little more. Mm-hmm. So she was actually living here with us at the headquarters.
She's living here.
She was living here with us.
What is she? She lives like.
She lives in Flint, Michigan.
Okay. Wow.
So, so she was here with us. We were grinding. We were traveling. Going. We actually, we went to LA at one point. We were in the city all the time. Yeah, we were working on this unexpected tour. And, we were doing a lot of stuff while she was here. Right. And she got an opportunity, an offer for something else in LA. So, she asked us, like, I got this opportunity. I want to pursue it a little bit, see what it's looking like. And I was like, we just sat down and we were like, you at least should see what it's about. Like, before you just be like, no, I'm riding with my dogs. Right. We were like, yo, at least see what it's about, work on that, see what it's looking like, and then if you want to come back, we're here. Right. So in that time she left, we were like, all right, we might as well, we're not going to completely stop. So we started focusing on 145, and we got, our name back and started putting out music again and worked on a project. And it kind of just was, while she was doing her thing, we were doing our thing, and then it kind of separated a little bit. Right. And we were going to get together for an opportunity, and that didn't work out. So it's kind of... it's kind of up in the air.
It was distance. It was a lot of distance.
Right.
Yeah. So everything's just up in the air, and we're really, we feel really focused on the position that we're in right now. So that's kind of where our focus is.
I gotcha. Okay, let's see. What is it like working with your brother? I'm gonna modify that question. I want to know, how you work together when you're mad at someone. Because you don't get along, like even the people that have the best relationships, you don't get along all the time. So how do you work together when you're mad at each other? And how do you keep your personal life private? Like just your things that you may not want to share. It doesn't have to be like personal life, but it's just like you do so much together. How do you keep a little bit of you for you?
It's really hard to separate that, but we tend to separate the business from the personal life. But we argue all the time. You can't stop it because we are brothers, and that's a negative and a positive because we always bump heads. But since we're brothers, we know each other and we know where we stand from. We can understand each other more than someone being a friend, and we're friends at the same time too. So I share a lot with him, and he shares a lot with me. Right. And it's hard at times, but
I know there's some stuff that you just want to leave out. Yeah. Like you just don't want to.
Yeah. But that's when we just have our like separate moments where I just a couple days I can't see his face because I'm tired of seeing his face. But
you stay downstairs.
I was gonna say that. At the same time, I think what helps us stay together is the fact that we are brothers, and when I wake up in the morning, his room is right across from mine. So it's like, we're there, and we just and because we literally have known each other all of our lives. It's like you know, the bond is inseparable, the connection is inseparable. Even when we perform on stage, people are like, how is your chemistry?
Yeah.
It's like, we're brothers, so, you know,
Right.
we're practically like, sometimes we say it, like, and people be like, you guys are really twins, I see it. Like, you know. But yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay. So let's see what else people want to know. Besides hip hop, what kinds of music do you listen to? And there's an and. Which non-hip hop artist would you like to collaborate with one day?
Well, for the first part, we listen to everything, literally everything. Reggae music from Bob Marley to Ziggy Marley, the whole crew. But you listen to a lot of Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Ed Sheeran, and my homie Tate Stevens, who won the X Factor season 2.
Yeah,
he put me on the country, so I'm starting to listen to country more. And pop, a lot of pop, dubstep, and certain things like that. I'm leaning towards doing that type of music now. So,
recently started listening to Sam Smith.
Yeah,
and a lot of people that were on the show too, like
Right.
Fifth Harmony and Willie Jones, and those are different genres. So
Right.
since we know them and we're fans of them ourselves, we listen to their music. And
branch out to different genres.
So who would you like to collaborate with that is not a hip hop artist?
wasn't we talking about this other day?
He's like, I don't know, I don't remember. What are you talking about?
There's a lot of people. Cause I
You're
really
talking
wanna,
about it with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I really want to answer this question, like, cause I like to.
Right, you can let that marinate.
I mean, I would. I don't know if this is cliche, but I would like to work with like a Katy Perry. Like, I don't know. Like, I love like her tracks. Like, I feel like every song she puts out is a hit. It's crazy. Like, and she does beautiful visuals. Like, I love that about her production. Like, her team that she works with is insane. So like, I would just want to be in that. Like, I just want to do that and like wear the costumes and you know,
I can
be
see that.
Like, yeah, man. Like, I think she's
Perry,
awesome.
you're watching
All that.
your next video right here.
These guys. But I would actually say Pharrell. That's who we were talking about because we were watching The
He
Voice.
still doesn't remember.
Pharrell is like he's still considered hip hop.
I was gonna say
That's why.
He's kind of hip hop.
Yeah, he's kind of hip hop, but
I mean, I think he's more hip hop than anything else, to be honest.
than R&B.
I mean, it depends what you think about. You got to think about production Pharrell. Or you think about songwriting and
that's the thing. I was thinking about. Yeah, well, songwriting.
He's making beats is usually hip hop artists.
Yeah, songwriting and singing.
Very cool.
Very cool. So, lastly, or just a little housekeeping, I just want you guys to talk about how you guys were able to stay driven throughout this 14-year journey. Because I remember, I mean, you were pretty committed. I remember when we were in high school, I mean, you were even middle school, and I had just moved to Long Island, and before that, like even in your single digits, you were already in pursuit of this rap career. But nobody, it's just like, he raps in the lunchroom or like our talent shows and all that stuff like that. And then even with The Truth, the urban theater group that you are the co-founder of, when you guys did like your little poetry and like stage plays and all that stuff, and like, Neffy, come on down, I got this thing. Yeah, I wouldn't show up, but it's doing so well. So I like that you stick to your guns, but I know that it's really hard. So how have you been able to do that all these years? It's so difficult.
For us, I know the number one is our parents. For our parents, working for so many years and providing for us, that's what inspires us to keep moving and keep going. I really want to see my parents stop working, just go on vacation, and I can fly them to Paris and fly them anywhere they want. That's my inspiration to keep going. I know that's his too.
Yeah, definitely. Like, our motivation is definitely our family. You know, like we just want to be in the position where they're proud of us and we can make their lives more comfortable because they've done that for us.
Right.
You know, so like we just want to kind of give that back to them, and also, you know, our fans and everyone else give back. Like I think that's just our main thing. Like above all the music, above everything, is just to give back.
Right.
You know, so.
What is the advice that you wish that you would have gotten?
Younger, like,
The advice that I wish I would have started.
Nope, that's advice. The advice is to start earlier.
Not even start earlier, but you feel like you have a lot of time. Like when I was in high school, I was still doing music, but I was more relaxed because I was in high school. I'm like, oh, I can really go in when I'm out of high school.
Right.
But I think you should really go 100%, 120%, 145%. And when
145, I'll keep that. That was cute.
Yeah, I think you should do that starting young, like really young.
Right.
And not take it so, like, I know I was taking it a little bit lightly, even though at a young age I was doing a lot of stuff. We were on Apollo and a lot of things, but I still felt like I had more time.
Right.
And I think you should just have that mindset when you're young to just go as hard as you can.
Right. I feel like not only when you're young, but just in whatever you do. So whenever that idea comes to you that you want to do that thing, like just go 145%.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy this interview as much as I did? Well, make sure you hit subscribe so I know it's real. And don't forget to like and comment. Thanks!